Hey guys, how's it going? Back up with another video. So in this video here, what I want to talk about is forward chess. This is a fantastic tool if you like books, chess books that is. Even if you don't like chess books, because I know there's, as time went on, there's much more digital integration into everything. Most people like to watch videos. Most people like to take online lessons and that sort of thing. However, physical books still have a place in the chess world. What Forward Chess does basically is take the ebooks that we all know and give it a board so you can actually take and play through all the variations in the book without having to use a physical board. So for example, if you bog down with a lot of variations, you might want to go through all those variations, but you also don't want to keep setting up the board and having to go back to look at those variations. This solves that problem. So here's their website here. Let's just take a quick look. Each book that I've seen so far has a sample, so you can test drive this before you even buy it. I highly recommend doing that. If you have a family, friend, or loved one that plays chess, if you want to gift them something new, well, not necessarily new, but something interesting, gift them a book from this website here. Trust me, it'll be a fantastic gift. So let's take a look at this here. We're going to browse ebooks. Now watch this. Let's sort by release date. And I'm going to tell you why I'm doing that in a second. All right. As we can see, this book here is not yet released, November the 30th. So what I'm trying to show you is that they don't have just a handful of books. They have 819 books found, and they are study adding books from all the well-known publishers that we know, such as New in Chess, who else? Thinkers Publishing, the Chess Informant, for example, and a few others. I can't say enough about just how well this thing has worked out. And also, you have a web app that you can use this to, or you can download the app. I'm gonna click download app just to show you. You can download this to your iPhone, iPad, or to your Android device. You can also download an app to Windows, or you can get the app on iOS, or you could just use the web app. I'm using the web app today, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's because I got a Windows machine. I've downloaded the Windows app. It works just fine for me. It's just that from a technical standpoint, they don't have, you're not able to draw arrows or highlight squares in the Windows app version. So just be aware that if you're into that, you want to use the web version. But either way, you're going to enjoy your book. So let's jump to my library. I'm going to show you what I have. So let me go to my library. Let me go to my books. All right, so here I have Dvoretsky's Endgame Manual, one of the best chess books, hands down. Every serious chess player should have this in their library. Chess Middle Game Strategy, Volume 1 by Ivan Sokolov. Ivan Sokolov is my personal favorite author of middle game material. If you're searching for a middle game author, Ivan Sokolov is your guy. I'm sure there's other really good middle game books out here, but I just so happened to pick up one of his books at one time, and I just kept reading his stuff and watching his videos, and I've been thoroughly impressed with what I've learned from him. So it's just straightforward. You would just go ahead and click your ebook, and you would open it up. What's going to happen is this is the actual ebook here. Let's go to the actual table of contents. Go to the title page. You can see this is the actual ebook that you would see. But however, if you click show it or hide the board, now the board pops up. So in this introduction to Forward Chess, I'm also going to give a mini quick chess lesson just to show you the power of this. And not only that, if you was trying to say work with a family or friend and y'all was trying to learn chess together, you could take these books and kind of give each other lessons with them. Like, you take the computer, say for example, the laptop, face it towards you, set them up in position, and y'all talk y'all way through it. Because the best thing about this versus using an engine by itself is that you have commentary in the book that's letting you know what's going on. Just using an engine, yes, will probably give you some fabulous moves, but it doesn't really tell you insights into the position of why this or that happened. Now, with that being said, they do have Stockfish integrated with this, which is another thing that is nice. So we'll get to that here in a minute. So as you can see, this is basically just an ebook. I mean, all the pages you would see, the introduction, everything. So the mini lesson I'm gonna do, we're just gonna go to Reddy's idea, and Richard Reddy here proposed this idea back in back in 1921, and basically he's taking a king that seemingly seems like it's so far away from everything, but he's actually close enough to two things that he can threaten both, so you can only stop one of them, which is amazing within itself. He also gives some principles of the rule of the square in this lesson here. So without further ado, let's just jump right in and just see what he has to say about Richard Reddy's position from 1921. Black king lies within the square of the c6 pawn. That's important. It lies within the square, meaning that, for example, let me show you here. If you're not familiar with this concept here, let's just this square here, this 4x4. If the king is within the square of a pawn, that means that he can catch it. If you're not familiar with that concept, all right. So while white is too short tempo needed to catch the h5 pawn. Hold on, I said that wrong. Black is in the square of the c6 pawn. I said that wrong. While white is too short tempo needed to catch the h5 pawn, nevertheless, he can save himself. The trick is to chase two birds at once, meaning that he can pose the threat of getting in the square of the black pawn. However, he can also pose the threat of getting close enough to the white pawn to queen it as well. That is the whole idea here. Very, somewhat of an advanced idea, but once you see it, you'll be like, ah, you know, that's how cool this pose is. It's very, very good one to know. So the king advances dual purposes. Chases after the h pawn while simultaneously approaching the queen's wing. So with that said, if you want to go ahead, you can take your arrow keys, or you can actually physically move the pieces on the board. You can also do little variations and things like that. So let's just say, if right here in the book it says king need to go to g7, let's just say if I wanted to test myself without really looking at the moves and say, okay, I think the move is you know, king to h6. I mean, king to h7. It'll show the user moves here, for example. And for example, if I go push here, you know, push here, push here, push here, you know, something like this. I'm just showing you, I'm making an example to show you that you can also enter your own moves on the board. And not only that, watch this. This little chip right here, you can actually cut that on for Stockfish analysis as well. And basically, it's giving a mating situation. It's not really telling you how many moves it is to mate, but it's just saying it's a mate situation here, because again, you cannot stop that queen pawn, and black is going to stop the white pawn as well. So all right, so now we're going to cut off Stockfish. We stop that. So now we want to go to the actual real game. I'll just click back on the actual the diagram, and it goes back to the original position. Now I'm going to go with the move g7, but this time I use my arrow key to do that. King to g7, exclam, h4. Now watch this. King to h6. Now look at this. Don't forget, he's in the square of the pawn right now. Right? He's threatening to advance further, but he's also getting closer to this pawn here, for example, right? So that's the trick to this whole position here. All right, so now king to b6, king to b6 is going to try to go ahead and attempt to stop the pawn. Watch this. King to e5 anyway. And if king takes c6, well, then white has achieved getting in the square of the black pawn that cannot get away. For example, if you push here, push, king takes. Now, if you come back here and he go king to h3, you go d6. And if you go h2, then you go c7. Now you're threatening to pushing in a queen. The best thing that black can do is go here, but now white goes here. And well, if he pushes in and get a queen, black pushes in, white pushes in to get a queen with check. So there you have it. Going back to the original position, this looks so far away from white that it just looks like he's entirely lost. But however, knowing such things as this sort of idea of trying to get close and pose two threats at once, even with the king, by the way, is an amazing, powerful thing. So that said, there's a little mini lesson on the ready position from 1921. Forward Chess, again, has some of the best books out here in their library, and also you can also play through all of those positions, make up your own positions, make up your own variations, and have them right at your fingertips without having to use a physical board. And if you wanted to use a physical board with it, you could do that as well. So that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I have a link in the pinned comment below if you're interested in buying a book or gifting somebody else a book from this website if you want to support the channel that way. So that said, you guys take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye.